Good afternoon, Manufacturing All-Stars, and welcome to this episode of Manufacturing Happy Hour. Today, you are going to learn about IoT solutions in connected operations and how those can bring about quantifiable results in manufacturing processes. I'm joined today by Maciej Kranz, the Vice President of Strategic Innovation at Cisco. Cheers, Maciej.
Cheers, Chris.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Now, this is the first episode in our four-part mini-series on IoT applications, and we mentioned connected operations. Maciej, can you give us a little definition around what connected operations look like?
Sure. As the name implies, it is about connecting all the processes that you have in your operations, in your plant, or across your enterprise.
And based on that, can you give us a tangible example and some of the business results associated with those, maybe from a company?
I'd love to. There are actually lots of great examples, but probably my favorite is Harley-Davidson. So hopefully all of you know, it's an iconic brand. It's all about custom bikes that people drive around the neighborhoods. And you know, if you and I wanted to buy a new custom configuration of a bike a couple of years ago, it would take the company up to a year and a half, up to 18 months from the time you will place an order to the time you actually get the product. So a couple of folks in one of the plants a couple of years ago decided to change that.
Okay.
There were people from operational technologies and IT and logistics, finance, and other groups. They all got together and said, okay, can we do better? So they started with connecting all of their operations. So prior to IoT, they operated the plant as if there was sort of the archipelago of data islands.
Okay.
Right? So data wasn't flowing across all of the processes. So that's what they did. They put all of their machinery, the entire operation on a single IP network. And then when the data started flowing, they started to optimize their operations. Initially on the plant floor, but then throughout their process. So the long story short, a couple of months later, they were able to improve the time that it takes to order a new configuration of a custom bike from 18 months to as little as 2 weeks.
Wow.
They were also able to reduce the time it takes to actually troubleshoot problems on the manufacturing floor from, let's say, hours or even days to minutes and seconds. And they improved the bottom line by 3 to 4%. And this is just one example. There are literally thousands of examples like that of huge improvements in productivity and efficiency by using IoT.
Well, Maciej, that was a great example, and a couple of things stick out at me. One was, if you notice, the biggest metric was reducing that time to order a custom bike essentially by 90%, down to 2 weeks. Another thing that you mentioned was that they were looking at the result they wanted to get out of the process first, and then they looked at how they'd achieve it by connecting devices. So with any IoT solution, think about where you want to get to as an operation versus the technology first. That comes second.
You're absolutely right. Think about the business process first and then use IoT to solve the business problem.
Awesome. Well, this was a great first episode in this series. I've got a couple call to actions for the folks out there. One, if you're interested in more information on this, Maciej actually wrote Building the Internet of Things. Make sure to check out this book. And also, if you're interested in another example, I'm going to link to a video if you're watching this on YouTube. It should be popping up right here in just a second on how Rockwell Automation actually implemented this in their process as well to connect their operation and achieve some pretty fantastic business results as well. With that, Maciej, thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you, Chris.
Cheers.
Cheers.
For those of you out there, stay innovative, stay thirsty, and we'll see you back here on Manufacturing Happy Hour very soon. Cheers.
Cheers.